switching gears a little bit to public safety. You know, growing up in East County, Pittsburgh always had a reputation um, for not being the safest city in the world. But I think that has changed drastically over the last probably 12 years. That's really changed. What do you think are some of the things that are really working that the Pittsburgh Police Department's doing? And what are the challenges that, in terms of public safety, that we face, and how would you address those things?
As far as the Pittsburgh Police Department and what they're doing well, I think one thing that they're doing extremely well is the use of technology and being able to use technology to enhance the department and to be able to do more. The other thing that they're doing well is the diversity in the department has changed for the better, and I would say that our department leads the way, at least in the county, if not in the Bay Area, in that. The other thing that they do really well is they're involved in our community. I've been to a lot of chamber events, school events, different community events, and the police are there. And they're not just there to provide security, they are there. We have fishing with a cop. We sit, both of you and I sit on the PAL board. You have police officers that are fishing with kids. We have lots of other activities that aren't, around sports. They're doing tutoring for SAT prep. They're doing kind of a CSI camp during the summer. I've seen officers stop and just get out to talk to youth and adults. So our officers are in the community. A lot of them have graduated from Pittsburgh schools. You see them at the football games, and again, not just there for security. They're there to support the team. Matter of fact, the police department just released a new recruiting video, and there are segments of that video that are taking place at a Pittsburgh High football game. That just shows that they love this community. We have a lot of new and young officers that are going to bring their talents and skills. We have a new police chief who is grown up in the area, has family from Pittsburgh. So I think their connection to community is one of their secret sauces that they have. But use of technology and willing to use data. Pittsburgh Police Department started way before a lot of the other departments reporting use of force, and that's the different ways that they use force to deal with the situation. I'm sure I'm not explaining that fully, but reporting that, being transparent. Just this last city council meeting, they show this is how many of these different types of use of force. This is why, everything very transparent. Body worn camera. When there's an incident, we don't have too many, but the video was released pretty quickly. So they've led the way. So I think their desire to be part of the community, their transparency, and their willingness to use technology is what has helped. Now, as great as they are, it's just one department. Where we're missing and why things aren't, utopia yet in Pittsburgh is us as residents. We play a role. Businesses play a role. Everybody wants to say, oh, we need to fix homelessness. Let's face it, a council can't fix homelessness. There is no one solution for that. Some of the reasons why we still have crime, in addition to residents wanting to abdicate responsibility to government, is that California has made it hard to prosecute. There's a lot of talk about, prisons were overcrowded. I would agree with that. Do we need to lock everybody up for life because they stole, bread, or they did marijuana or whatever? I would say no. There's other ways to help people fix, or fix makes it just to deal with their challenges, right? But at the end of the day, there has to be consequences. I think that's the issue, is that we're seeing a lack of consequences, whether it's jail time, prison, restorative justice, whatever, different ways. We are seeing a lack of consequences. When you literally, here at the chamber office, we had somebody smash 3 windows. It was about $4,000 in damage, and they were literally out in front of the office the next day. No consequences. Not even community service or anything like that. So California has gotten away from consequences, And that's one of the reasons why we're seeing an increase in crime. People feel like, hey, we're a soft target. We see the organized retail theft. We have stores here in Pittsburgh that are losing millions of dollars a year right out the door. No consequences. I'm endorsed by the Pittsburgh Police Officers Association, and I actually have gone through the process to help be a volunteer at the department. And one of the reasons I wanted to do that is so I could see and understand what's going on, and then use that experience to maybe help. Seeing people just outright stealing from, we have large retailers here that are losing $5+ million a year in product, and that's not somebody in need. They literally have storage units full and they're selling it on eBay, OfferUp, etc. That needs to be addressed. There needs to be consequences.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel almost hopeless that things can change in terms of you know making sure that there are consequences to actions. What as a